Welcome. I'm Kate and I'm a Forward Deploy creative at FLORA, specializing in fashion. I'm thrilled to have you guys join our fashion studio walkthrough today. Fashion Studio is a new product for FLORA and we're absolutely thrilled to share it with the fashion community. Fashion Studio lets you go through the fashion process in a really sequential way. So from sketch to render to fabric to recolor and so on and so forth. It really was built with designers in mind, and we're just really excited for you guys to be here. So let's get into it. So when you first open Fashion Studio, this is your landing page. This is what you're going to see. You have the option of adding a sketch, an image, and describing what you want to create. And then this could be your starting point. Or you can start with the tools that live on the left side here. And we have them broken out into concept, refine, and showcase. So in this case, I would like to go through all the tools on the left-hand side here, starting with prompt. Once you click prompt, a text box is going to appear on your right side here, and you can type in just about anything. You can generate a garment, a background, or any elements that you want to use down the line within your creation. For this example, I'm going to create an atmosphere, so a background. I'm envisioning a lot of greenery, very floral, and I want to see almost like a doorway. So I'm going to use this prompt that I've created and I'm going to paste it in here. And I don't think this really needs any reference images. I feel like it's pretty descriptive. I'm going to keep my resolution here. I'm going to keep my aspect ratio. Actually, I'm going to change my aspect ratio to 3:4, and I'm going to click generate. And there you go. I think that looks pretty great. The only thing I'm not loving is the person in the frame here. So I would probably want to get rid of this person. So I'm going to use my tools up here. So editing tools live at the top of your image here. I will use my my lasso tool to extract the person in here. So I'm just going to select this and I'm going to say remove person. And I'm going to click generate and wait for the edit to come in. So this is a really quick way to free prompt any aspects of your final composition that you want to create. So this could be a garment, maybe you want to create a texture that doesn't exist, or create a variation of a texture that you have, or fabric. And then you can also create backgrounds for the final editorial, which is really cool. So there you go. So this is our edited image. I think this is amazing, and I'm going to use it probably in my editorial. Okay, another cool thing you can do in prompt is you can free prompt garments. So in this case, I would like to create a dress. It's a sleeveless cream color dress with a floral ditzy pattern with some frills and ruffles, and that's kind of what I'm envisioning and the prompt that I wrote here. So I'm going to use the prompt in here. I'm going to replace this. And again, I don't really think it needs a reference image. I think it's really self-explanatory. So I am going to click generate. I'm okay with the resolution and the aspect ratio. And let's see what we got. There you go. I think that is pretty good. That's kind of what I envisioned. And we can use this design for for something we create later. You can also unpin your generation tray here, so you can kind of see your image in a bigger view as well. Okay, let's go to our sketch. So sketch to render, once you click sketch to render, you will see your sketch in here. So you can use an example that we have, or you can upload a file from your desktop, or you can choose from your library. So I'm going to choose from my library. So I have a bunch of sketches here. So I would like to generate this dress, let's say. So I'm going to use this image, and I'm going to say that this is a sheer ruffle mini dress. And I'm going to click generate. You can see it's really intuitive and really easy to use. Every app kind of explains what you need to do. So sketch to render, really simple step, just add your sketch, add a couple of design direction notes in there, what fabric, what color, especially if it's a blank sketch that's not filled in, or it will come in ivory or a grayish state, at which point you can then adjust it down the line when you go to recolor or refabric and so on. So here we go. I think that looks lovely. If I wanted to make this into a different neckline, you can of course use your lasso tool or your brush or your auto detect to adjust the neckline. So let's use our lasso tool here to adjust the neckline. So I'm going to select this part, and I'm going to ask to make this a strapless dress. Remove selection. Okay. Okay, there you go. Now we have a strapless version of that dress. Click that to pin it. Okay, so we went from this, we went to this strapless version, which I think looks lovely. Another thing you can do, so you can go to sketch, you can go to your library here and choose a different idea. So let's take a sketch that you've already filled in with color, and let's use this image, and we're going to say this is a let's say a nylon, let's say oversized nylon jacket, and let's hit generate. There we go. So you can see how sketch to render is a really reliable, really good tool that we have within Fashion Studio. It does give you a lot of control with what you get back. So as long as you have a sketch and a vision, and you can explain in a couple of words what you're trying to achieve, with very, very minimal prompting, you're going to get back something that is in a really good shape, and you can use it down the line to recolor, change fabric, and place it into any environment you'd like. Okay, let's go to our next tool. So we have extract. Using the extract tool gives you the option to isolate any garment from an outfit or a reference image that you have, and you will generate essentially a ghost form view of that garment. So let's do that. So I'm going to click extract, And then I'm going to pull in an outfit from my library here. So let's use this image. And I want to extract the bottoms here. So you can see you have all of these different selections here under your mask. So what's happening is it's auto detecting all the different garments within the image, and it's splitting them into separate sections. So then you can extract that garment and create a flat lay or a ghost form image of it and use it as a starting point for your creation. So here I'm going to say I want to use the black trousers, and I'm going to do it in 2K, and I'm going to change the aspect ratio to be 9:16, and I'm going to click generate. So while we wait on that, you can also extract your white tank top and the lime green handbag. So let's do the tank top first. Click generate, and then I'm going to do the lime green bag and unclick the white tank top and click generate. Now you can see that we've generated these black trousers by extracting them from the reference image, and from here you can edit, you can recolor, change fabric, and then use them in a different outfit. You can see now we've created the bag extraction and the tank top, which I think I did a pretty good job considering the brooch was a bit complex. So this is really cool. Okay, let's generate some more sketches so we have more stuff to work with. So let's go to sketch. We're going to upload from library, and I have a bunch of sketches here. So I want to create this jumpsuit here, and I'm going to say that this is a strapless jumpsuit. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's pretty cool. So why don't we actually change this to front view. Front view of strapless jumpsuit in shimmery satin in I like this color, so let's just say gem and champagne. So then we'll click generate, and there you go. I think that looks lovely. And we're going to put this on a model in a minute. Okay, let's say I want to create a flat image of this. So I will go to flat, and using this image, because it automatically pulls in from a previous generation, and you will click generate and receive a flat lay version of this garment back. So the flat lay and the ghost form functions are especially good for e-com shots. So you can generate your garment in whatever way you want, but then you can almost standardize their appearance by using the ghost or the flat lay for the PDP presentation. Okay, so now you have a flat view of the garment that we had just generated. All right, and the next tool that we have here is Recolor. You can use hex codes to, or this color picker here to be able to to be able to choose the color that you want to recolor your garment to. So let's choose a garment. Let's maybe use this, and let's have it split the garment into sections, which is going to make it easier for us to recolor. So now you can see that we have a cuff, sleeve, waistband, and all of the sections are now different. So let's say I want to change the color, the collar to black. Let's do black. I'm going to click generate. Okay, and there we go. So we successfully changed the collar of the jacket to a different color. And now, since it's sitting right next to recolor, let's change the fabric. So I'm gonna click the fabric, and then automatically this jacket is gonna become my base garment. So now while it's detecting and masking the garment into different sections, I am going to upload I'm going to choose a fabric that I want to change the jacket to. So let's go to our library and choose a fabric. So I am thinking that I want to change the jacket to be this nylon ripstop. So let's upload that. And use our let's use our entire jacket and change the fabric. I click generate. So there we go. We changed our entire garment to be black ripstop. And now we're going to maybe change the collar as well. So you can do that by doing the segmentation tool and splitting it that way, or you could also use your lasso tool to essentially select the collar, select the collar here using your lasso tool. We're going to say, let's change it to some fur. So let's say long pink fur. And click generate. And there we go. I think that looks really cute, actually. So I'm gonna keep that. I like it. And then we can go to our showcase in here on the left side. So let's create a model. Once you click model, you can choose their gender. Let's say this is a female model. You can choose their skin tone, okay, and then their age. So, I don't know, maybe this would be cool. Yeah, let's do like a 36-year-old model, and then we'll do her hair. I want to be okay, and then I'm going to change her body type to editorial, tall and skinny. And we're going to generate. So when you generate your model, you're going to get an output of her face, Also essentially a comp card of her, so her face in multiple views, as well as her body proportions in 3 different views. And this is really cool because from here you can essentially make your model an element as you do on the canvas, so that helps with consistency down the line. There you go. So you can see once we've generated a model, on the top you can see create a model. So I'm going to go ahead and click create model. Awesome, so we've done that. Then we can go to our try on. Let's put this jacket onto, actually, you can select a model from this drop down. So any of the models that you've created on the canvas and save them as elements, they will appear here as well for you to use. Or any of the models that you created within Fashion Studio will show up as model 1, 2, 3, 4 that you see that I've created 4 models here. So I'm going to select a model I've generated previously. So let's use this model and let's put this jumpsuit on her. And now that your garment is in this top section here, your model is selected, all you have to do is click generate and wait to get that image back. And here we are. So we place the garment onto the model and you can see it looks pretty good. It looks really realistic. And from here I want to head over to garment swap. So let's look at that feature here. So for garment swap, we need to bring in a dressed model to essentially select a garment that we want to replace and then the garment that we want to replace it with, and we'll do like a garment switch essentially. So let's choose from our library here. So we can use an image like this. Here you'll be able to select a region of the image. So like you can select the top or the skirt and replace it with another top or bottom. So let's do that. I'm going to click swap and automatically the image that I brought in here will populate into our base model photo. We're going to select what we want to replace. So let's say in this case it's our sleeveless top. So that is that. And we're going to upload the garment that we want to replace it with. So let's upload a file. I want to use this jacket and we're going to click generate. And just like that, we're going to replace her top with something that we've designed. So there we go. Very quickly, we were able to go from this image to now she's wearing the jacket. Everything else about the image stayed the same. And then we have tools like photo. So let's create a photo shoot. Once you click this, you can place a dressed model into an environment. So let's generate the assets that we want to add into the environment. So let's use this model and place her into the environment. We're going to say model is standing centered in the archway. And we'll say this is a fashion editorial. And we'll click generate. So here we go. Our model is standing centered in the archway, and we have a couple of different shots. So There you go. That's a super quick way to get a really cool editorial. A really quick way to get different views of your garment you just generated. Let's say you've created a front, but now you need a back and a side view. The way to do that is to use the angle tool here on the bottom. So you will click angle and you will select an image from the things you've generated here. So you click that and it will automatically go into the subject. So then you can get, we already have a front view, but now we want a back view. So I don't need a front. And then I want a right and a left because it's an asymmetrical garment. Let's definitely get all of those. So I'm gonna click generate and we're gonna quickly get all the different variations and see the garment from different perspectives here. Okay, so this is our side view, this is the other side view, and this is our back view. We also have the option to create a 360 garment video, which is really easy and can be done with just a couple of clicks. You will click your 360 icon here, and we're going to click the garment that we want to create a 360 video of. And you can upload a back view, but you don't have to. So in this case, I'm just going to use the full garment and not use the front of the garment and not the back. And we're gonna click generate and see what we get. Okay, let's see. That looks pretty good to me. So now you have a full garment 360 of your design, which is awesome. So now that we know all of our tools, let's build something. So I'm gonna start with a prompt, and I want to start to generate a background for my vision. So here I'm thinking it is a chair, and I want it to be set in the water with some greenery in the background. So I already wrote a prompt for that. So I'm just gonna paste this in and click generate. And this is gonna be our background for our final photo shoot. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep that. And now I'm gonna go from sketch to render. So I'm gonna click the sketch icon here, and I'm going to bring in a sketch from my library here. So choose from library, and then I'm thinking, let's do this dress, use item, and a bit of a design direction here. So I'm thinking this is a sheer what color would be good? Peach gown. And let's see what happens. Let's click generate. So just because you called out a color in your design direction here doesn't mean that you're stuck with it. You can always go to your recolor app in Studio and just recolor it to any other color that you would like. Okay, that is very peach. I don't know if I was mentally prepared for this. So I think I am going to, well, one, change the neckline, and then probably change the fabric of it. So let's use our lasso tool here to change what the top looks like. So I'm gonna select this and say change to thin straps. Okay, Okay, well, I can work with this. I think now I would probably like to change the fabric. So I'm gonna go to fabric, and automatically what I just generated is gonna get pulled into the base garment here. And then you can select a mask here to select the entire dress, or however it kind of breaks it up. Or if you want to only change a certain section of it, you can still use the lasso tool, and then you can explain what is the fabric you want to change it to. So that's another workaround here. So in this case, I'm going to select the entire dress, and I would like to use a fabric. So I'm going to go to my library here and go to my fabrics, and that is exactly the fabric that I wanted. So I'm going to use this image, and let's do this in 4K and generate. So while this is generating, I'm going to go to model, and I'm going to create a model in here. So I'm going to create a female model. She is going to be very pale, and her age is going to be, let's say, mid-20s. Her hair color is going to be black, and her body type is going to be tall and lean. I'm also going to say she has long black hair parted in the middle. Editorial model. And hit generate. So this is our dress with the fabric swapped. You know what? I really like it. This is really fun. Really punk rock couture. So let's wait for our model to generate, and then we can dress her and put her in our environment. Here we go. So once your model is generated, you can create a model from her. So at the top of your generation here, you'll see create model, and essentially that will create like an element version as you can on the canvas. So this becomes goes into your model library. So now that we have her, we can go to our try on, and you will select the garment that you want to add, and then you will select a model. So the model we just created is, for me, saved under model 5 here, but the models that you create within Studio will come in here, and anything that you created on the canvas, I have a ton of different models here, so this is why all these models are showing up for me. I am going to select the model that we just created, and let's get her dressed. Okay, I'm actually gonna try this on a different model as well. So let's try this on this model. This is pretty good. So I'm going to use this model for our photo shoot, but before we do that, I definitely want to get a couple of angles to have for reference. So I don't need a front, but I definitely want a back. So let's see what that looks like. That's pretty good, but I'm going to try again, just so I have a couple of options here to choose from. So here's another version. So we have this, we have this one as well, and then we have this one. So this one has a lot of interesting asymmetry in the back, so I'm gonna use this. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. And let's see what other, so this is our side view we just generated. So now we have our model from every direction, so we can have a bit more control if it, you know, with anything that we're doing down the line. So for any video stuff, you already have your model from every view. So let's go to our photo shoot here. So the model that I'm going to use here is going to be the front facing view of this. Is it this one or this one? She looks a bit taller in this one, so I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to choose the environment. So the environment here is going to be one that I created previously here. So I'm just going to quickly download that, go back to my photo, and choose the model again. So the model here is going to be the front-facing view of our dress, and I'm going to upload the image we generated, and now I'm going to create, give a bit of art direction. So this is a fashion editorial model sitting in the chair in a casual, relaxed way. Okay, let's see what happens. Generate 4 variants. Oh, there we go. So this is our photo shoot. So this is a super fast way to take your garment, place it on the model, and place it in an environment. So this is definitely so fast and easy, and definitely like a 3-click system here. So okay, amazing. So there you have it. We took a sketch, we changed the fabric, we created a model, then we placed that garment onto that model and placed her into an environment. So in just a couple of really easy steps. So a quick way to remember how to kind of move through this system is like look on your left side here, where you can go from concept, where you create the atmosphere, then you go to your sketch to render, which is the next step, and then you can change the color, so recolor fabric, change your fabric, and create your model, and then do the try on, and then place her into the photo shoot or an environment. We also created multiple different angles of our model. So this is great because then you can just only create the front and very automatically be able to create side and back views. So there you have it. That is my workflow.